Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Aero 2 with me, MYNN. So our last flight, we made our way from San Juan over to Nassau in the Bahamas, and in this flight we're going to finally get back to good old Jacksonville, where you can pick up those emergency housing and take it over to Mexico City. So it's MYNN to KJAX. First, let's get our household supplies. That's what pays the most in the commodities. It's $17 more there in Jacksonville. Just buy the most that we can. Buy it, and then we'll buy it. We can actually fit a little bit more in there, it says. So buy it again. Another 210. That makes it a full plane. Alright, so let's look at Flight Sim Commander. Here in Nassau, you can see the wind coming out of the northeast. So we're going to take off on runway 32. That's a heading of 323 degrees. And here in Jacksonville, we're also going to land on runway 32. It's a heading of 317 degrees. Airport elevation is about 30 feet. So good old Jacksonville. Got senior, obviously, for both. We've got our commodities all loaded up. So let's go over to our fleet. Just make sure I've got it for 696 miles, so it's basically 300 extra miles, so we can use good power. So I have to take too long on the flight, and we're going over to Jacksonville, KJAX. Alright, 696 miles worth of fuel. Distance is just about 397, so like I say, about 300 extra miles there worth of fuel. And that all looks good right there. Flying to the north, I'm going to put it about 11.5. It doesn't totally matter what we set that to, actually. And moving it to VFR doesn't really matter either, but always do it. Alright, change the time, last position, because we did fly it there. That all looks good there. So let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane. Kind of noisy with these daggone... Yeah, there they go. So noisy. Got a few planes around us. There's a big boy moving over there. Really nice airport. This one's by Aerosoft. It was weird, I started up a second ago and all of a sudden, like, my joystick wouldn't work at all. It was really odd. Actually, it was working partly. It was just so odd. So I restart this thing, and now the heading moves fine again. And in the last episode, and some of the ones before, like it didn't want to move correctly. But anyhow, before taxi checklist, APUs removed, master switches on, lights as required. I've got everything set up there. Heater, air conditioning as required. It's all off. I got the fan on. Avionics switches are all on. Gyros, altimeter. I'll go ahead and reset the altimeter. Autopilot is off. Fuel valves, all positions. And it is checked down there. Inboard, radios. We don't mess with radios because we don't talk to anybody. And the parking brake, we'll go ahead and release that. And do a little pushback. Last time I started up these vehicles over here were gone. Now we gotta figure out we gotta go over to this runway here. So we'll come over this way. Thanks, guy. Spirit Airlines. Yeah, get the heck out of the way. I like that they've got some smaller planes over here as well. The scenery, I don't know if those are Dash 8s or what, but more kind of regional type planes all over in the Bahamas. I guess that's just what you'd have. All you need. Alright, stop the pushback. We'll go ahead and turn our taxi light on. And we'll start our taxi over here. Runway 32, heading 323 degrees. Come over to the taxiway over here. I don't even see the runway. Unless it's just this far area. I don't see any runway markings or anything. Fire department over there. Yeah, it's really nice scenery for Aerosoft, although Aerosoft usually does a pretty good job. I swear that there was no taxi line coming over here to the left, only to the right. Spirit Airlines, we might get on... We might take off before them, although they're pretty far down. I'm not going to go all the way down. There's absolutely no need to. If we can, we'll just get on like right here or something. Yeah, no real need to get all the way over there, all the way to the end. Alright, so we'll turn right here. It's weird, like they've got like a taxi line, but they've got the daggone sign right there. The taxiway sign. It's like somebody would run over it. We'll stop right here real quick. And we'll do our little checklist and we'll get the heck on out of here. Alright, so we'll always skip the run up in this one. Seatbelts, no smoking signs are on. I've already got those on. Fuel selectors are on inboard. We just looked at that. Fuel quantity sufficient. We've got almost full. It says it's full, but it's not really quite full. Mixtures and props, full forward. Flaps 0 for normal takeoff. They are 0. Autopilot is off. Surface de-ice is the far one. That is off. Windshield heat and pitot heat as required. We've got all that on. Avionics as required. I'm going to go ahead and turn that to on, although we'll do that in a second. Direction indicator. The heading is set. Radar is desired. And transponder as required. Got those on. Controls. Let's go ahead and check these. That's good. Rudder pedals good. Emergency fuel pumps coming on. Air conditioner is off. I've just got the fan running up here. Prop sync we never mess with because we can't find the button. I don't think there is a button. Parking brake release. Let's check real quick. He's getting on the runway, so we'll let him go. Looks like he's about to take off. He's now turning. Looks like he's going the other way. Unless he's getting ready to straighten up on the runway because they do those weird turns. Come on, buddy. He's taking the runway, so he can't be waiting on anybody. What is this? Why would he be coming from the other way? And where is he going to exit the runway at? Because we're sitting here. Now he's taking the runway, actually. This guy's going to want to taxi right here. Guaranteed. And he better, because he's this way too far. Oh, it's a cluster sometimes. I just don't understand why they can come in from different directions and stuff. Actually, if you look at the wind, you definitely use this runway. So why is he over there? Now you prick. Because the thing is he going to stop here with us, or is he going to keep on going? That guy's got his taxi lights on. Or landing lights on and everything. Yeah, I just don't get why he uses landing that way. They do that sometimes. I just up at London they do that, which is always annoying. There, he's taking off. Problem is this guy. That does not look very good with the prop spinning. Doesn't look the most realistic at all. go, Spirit. Rotation. Alright, because he's gonna go through me. Bahamas Air. Yeah, weird looking on the props there. Landing lights on. Strobes on. Alright, transponder is on. We're all set. Reset my views. Rotation at 85 knots. Glad we got all that crap out of the way. I guess we shouldn't go too quick. Alright. Get her set. $75. There's 85. Go ahead and rotate. Whoa there. Gear coming up. Sometimes in this plane it feels like we're pitching up a little too much right when we take off. So I kind of pushed down on it a little bit. Traffic advisory. I thought that was Spirit. Maybe it is moving out away from us. There for a second I thought it was coming right towards us. No problem with, of course, if it's Spirit Airlines. Emergency pumps, I'm going to go ahead and push those off. I don't know if that's too early or not. Bye-bye, Nassau. Looks pretty good, though. Check 5 and 2. Ah, we didn't get those set up. Alright, let me get these messages off. Flight director, CDI a couple times, nav, and vertical speed. I'm going to set that to about 1,000, although that'll probably be too much like last time. Then get it down to 500 feet for a little while. You see Spirit getting way out there. Go to that advisory. Desired track 353. Oh, now it's doing the weird thing again. What's up with that? I hate that. I don't know why it does that. Oh, no, you did it again. There we go. I don't know why it does that. Alright, coming up on 2,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and bring the power down to 40 on the manifold. I'm going to go 39.8. Start bringing the props back. We'll put that to 95, although we're only at 2,300, but I'll go ahead and lean it just a little bit anyway. Let's bring this down to 800 feet a minute. And 98 knots. Yeah, time that you'd hate to have something go wrong. 2,600 feet, you lose power. I don't know what. I guess Nassau will be the closest. He probably ain't gonna make it back. So I'm not sure when you actually turn off those emergency fuel pumps. Probably did it a little early. I'm up on 3,000. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the taxi light off. Mute my mic for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Speed's still coming down a little bit. I'm gonna bring that to 700 feet a minute. Like I say, we are pretty heavy, really. We mess with that. That started happening last time. But I had to actually like draw it line by line or something last time. It was kind of weird. Like it doesn't want to. Can't get the whole thing. Just checking out the plane. I really do like it. We've had a few problems with the landing getting a little too low at the end. I have to get back on the power. Try and not screw that up this time. All in all, it's been a really fun plane to fly. I really do like it. 335, I must have read something wrong on here. Because the heading, desired track is 335. I know I don't have it set to that. .335, there we go. I wonder, can I set this and will it just go up to this altitude? I don't actually know. It looks like it's doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and set it to 11.5. Let's see if she flies up to it and levels out. It's my bet that she'll do that. Altitude, vertical speed, barometric pressure, of course, and heading. Because it is set at 11.5, so I think she actually will, and then I won't have to at the altitude on it. Now all of a sudden our speed is picking up a lot. It's leveled out, that's why. That was kind of odd. Because it's still got the trim altitude on there. So, and we'll have to see if that does that or not. I'm going to go ahead and put that at 75. See, now the airspeed is still pretty good though, even though we're climbing 800 feet a minute. Down to 2 hours and 40 minutes, 384 miles once we get into the clouds. Yep, nothing but ocean around us too. It says there's land out there. The range is only 20. I don't see it. There it is. I think. Alright, well, there's nothing really to see. So I'll go ahead and speed her on up, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody's slowing her down to normal speed here. We're at 3,600 feet, about 14 out. We're headed down to about 2,000 feet. I think that's the airport above us, or ahead of us right there. We're heading for runway 2. I should give her a little more power here. Let's go ahead and emergency fuel pumps coming on. Haven't used that much fuel. Full rich on the mixture here. Landing lights and taxi light are both on. It looks like we're pretty good. Our runway's going to be like right there, heading 317 is runway 32. As always, the cooling plant, like the doors and stuff, always have to do that. I don't know why. Let's slow down our descent here. Want to make sure we weren't having to like dive down towards the runway or anything. We should be good. I think that is our runway right there, coming into view a little better. Air conditioning is off. Got the fan on. It looks like everything is set how we want to set. Flourish on the mixture, still at 2,400 RPM. Conning flaps are closed. It makes a big difference closing those things in the airspeed, I gotta say, on the climb and everything. It's kind of crazy. And it should stop at 2,000. I reset it over here. I think it will probably stop. Looks like we're low. Throw up some pappy signs there. Pappy lights, I mean. Not pappy signs. It was a long flight, not as long as the others, you know, like some of those have been extremely long flights, almost twice as long. I'll be glad to get those out, although the next one's not going to be any better. We got to go to Mexico City. And this is going to be long flights too. We've got to make pit stops there. We can't just fly straight to Mexico City in this thing. 2,140 feet. There's 317. Looks like we got a white light. We're probably near the glide slope now. You can see coming up here. I'm going to take that off vertical speed. I'm going to continue that about 300 feet a minute. We need to come over here to the left a little bit. I'm going to get down off the power a little bit. Let's increase this down to 500 feet a minute. And off the power a little more as well. I believe we have to be something like 153 knots or below until we get our gear down. So we're pretty much about ready right there. That way we won't have to hear that annoying sound. And we've got the wind. Flying into the wind just a little bit from the left as well. Let me get down a little bit quicker now. Come the flaps. Still not going to be far enough to the left. That having to counteract that wind. Slow down our descent now. 500 feet a minute. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the autopilot. Add just a little more power. We don't like getting low in this plane. We do it a little too much. As I was talking about that earlier. Reset my altimeter. See, I feel like we're still going to get a little too low here, so I'm going to add just a little power and let her climb just a little bit. Flaps. Our speed is a little quick. Back on the glide slope now. Full flaps. Whoa. Wind. It's almost like that reduced the wind a little bit or two or something. See, here we go with the getting low to again. It's like we really came down to the ground real quick there for a second. I'm surprised it says it was a greaser. We came down really quick. Right at the end. Tracting the flaps. I want to fly. I guess we'll take this taxiway. I want to go down as far as we can because we need to go to the other side of the airport. I don't want to meet that, get down to that main runway. So hopefully this was the furthest taxiway down there. Obviously it wasn't a bad landing. We did land, it did seem quick. But like, you know, it said greaser. I mean, it couldn't have been that bad. Stop the recording. Emergency fuel pumps, you can come off. Landing lights off. Cowl flaps, we'll open those again. Air conditioning. Alright, so cowl flaps are open, flaps are up, fuel pumps are off, heater switch if used is over to fan. I'm gonna put it on air conditioning, not just fan. Prop controls do need to go full forward. Our strobes are off. Enough with the alerts, we're on the ground. Yeah, right down that taxiway there, I think. That's where we've been parking her. Probably gonna have to go out to the left a little bit, maybe, I don't know. Cielosim, I think that I'm saying that right. Because I always wanted to say Cielosim, but I think it is Cielosim, maker of this scenery. I haven't seen any more of there. I'm wanting to say there's one other one, maybe even two. Can't remember. But I like this airport. I gotta say, they did a pretty good job with it. I see AirTran over there. I think that is that Delta straight ahead. Take a left right here. I think we can. There's another taxiway up there. I don't want to obviously get on that runway. I don't think we have to. Reset my view. I wish there was a button with EZDok where you could just hit it and it would take you right to your view instead of having to click up a couple times and moving your view all the way around. There is one in for X-Plane 11. We use X camera. I've been meaning to do a review on that thing for like months. Ever since I did my quick preview of X-Plane 11, like that day or the next, I got X camera, and I've been meaning to do a review on that forever. And I just haven't flown X-Plane 11 a whole lot. There's so much to do, and with work and everything, there just isn't enough time in the day, I gotta say, to do everything I want to do. Like right now, I want to do a flight down to Mexico City, and it's just like, do I have time? Because I have to go to bed extra early because I got to go get tires on my damn car in the early morning. There's just not enough time in the day. Alright, so we gotta still get on the other side of those buildings. That's the only thing about, that I don't like about this airport is when we have to change runways like that. Like, I would rather just use this main runway right here instead of fooling around with the one we just landed on. Because, see, we want to park right over there with those guys. And I think they do mainly just use this runway. I haven't seen anybody really of the commercial planes using another runway. I thought we did see one maybe last time or something. Can't remember. That's why I thought about just using this runway up here. It would take us right over to where we want to park. Just with the wind, we were landed on the correct one. Alright, we'll hook her right over here. Where all the private jets and everything are. I like it. I like it a lot. I love static airplanes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it just makes everything come more alive and be more realistic when you have all the planes around. And there's our Chieftain. There she sits. I love that. I don't know. That's another thing. I love when we get to see our aircraft. It was so awesome seeing Caitlin fly and everything. I love that. Alright, we're stopped here. Comes to the parking brake. Taxi light, you can go off. Let's turn all of this stuff off, because I keep forgetting about this stuff. All that off right now. There are the props. I'm going to go ahead and close the cow flaps. Avionics switch can go off. Cut the fuel. Turn this stuff off. Grab it. There we go. One for the OCD. Alright, let's go over to Air Alert 2. Let's go ahead and finish this. I'll sell that cargo in a second. Greasa, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Took off at 323.35, landed at 536.07. Takeoff fuel, 1,143 pounds. Used about half of it. Well, actually a little more than half. Landed with 514 pounds. Max altitude, 11,512 feet. Max pitch, negative 12.69. Max roll, negative 20.0. Max speed, 175.17 knots. Minimum G, 0.93. Minimum G exceeds 0. Max G is 1.34. Max G exceeds 0. Stall falls over speed falls. The description, greaser, gear down, true, land on concrete. No damage to the surface, no damage to the plane. Came down at 63.64 feet a minute. Landing speed, 87.2 knots. See, it's a little quick. The rotate speed taken off is 85 and we're lighter and we're landing at 87. Landing pitch, negative 3.84. Landing roll, 0.07. Landing heading 318.9, wind speed 9, direction 333. So literally like right into us because we landed on runway 32. Alright, let's go over to our plane right here. We'll go ahead and unload this thing. Pick up some money. So we got all this emergency housing. Caitlin's going to take it and we're going to take it as well. Settle it in the base? No. Sell it to the airport? Yes. If I can bring up a calculator again, we'll see how much money we made on that one. Not as much as last time, I'm sure. Air Holler 2. does weird things. 6.159 million. That's always good. So let's see here. Where's the big money for selling it? 245,000. See, like, why is that all the way down there? I don't get it. Because it's organized by date and time. That's obviously that's the latest that we've done. $245,340 minus the purchase price, which was $184,800. 60,000. Well, we made 66,000 on the first one, so we made 60 there. So I was actually surprised how much that we actually made on that. Very, very nice. All right, so when Air Hauler 2 gets itself set, there we go. Jacksonville, and now we've got to make our way all the way over to freaking Mexico City. There's Monterrey. I think Mexico City's down below that. Cuidado, Mexico. What? Where is Mexico City? Is that it? I don't know where Mexico City is. There's San Antonio. Obviously, we're below that. I'm thinking maybe that is Ciudad de Mexico. That's got to be it. Let me mute my mic for 1 second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why it says Ciudad de Mexico and not just Mexico City. Maybe it's because they try to do it more Spanish-like. Because I gotta think that's Mexico City. It's the biggest area. So we'll say that is. I looked at how we're gonna get there. I can't remember which is longer actually. That to St. Martin. You would think that St. Martin would be a little closer, but I'm wanting to say Mexico City was actually slightly closer because I looked at where we're gonna have to make our pit stop, and I can't even remember where that was now. Yeah, we got to get all the way over here to Mexico City. That sucks because the Gulf. I don't know where we're. Because I think I did check it out. I thought it was a little bit closer. I'm not really sure. But somehow we got to get our asses over to Mexico City to live that emergency housing. Because I've done a bunch of flights with Caitlin, and I got all that emergency housing, everything that we needed, got that stuff built. So I really want to use it. Also, I just want to check real quick. Available missions. Anything with plastics? Because we got a bunch of... So for some reason, we have a bunch of plastics or something extra that I didn't know we would need. Haggis, fireworks, frozen ponds. I don't see anything over there. Ah, oh well. Maybe we'll do missions some other time. Because we haven't messed with that hard, like, at all. But anyhow, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.